What's going on, everybody? Donnie here with another video, and today we're taking my dreaded half-season look back at the Eastern Conference predictions I did way back before the season started. Let's just get right into this. So, let's start off with the Metropolitan Division. I had the Penguins winning the division, followed by the Capitals in second and the Rangers in third. Currently, Columbus and Washington are tied for first with 64 points. Pittsburgh is next with 59, the Rangers 2 behind with 57, the Flyers with 50, Carolina with 49, New Jersey with 47, and the Isles with 42 points. So, where exactly did I go wrong? Obviously, the Columbus Blue Jackets. Based off of last season, I figured CBJ would be putting the cannon in storage for a season and building for the future because based off last season, nobody expected them to be this good. With Bobrovsky playing like a Vezina candidate, and guys like Cam Atkinson leading the way offensively, CBJ could make a run in the playoffs and win their first ever playoff series. The Jackets, Penguins, Capitals, and Rangers are all separated by just points, and I would still stand by my prediction as being a possibility, so other than blowing the Jackets prediction, I think I did a pretty decent job altogether predicting the Metro. My Atlantic Division predictions went as follows. I had the Lightning first, Florida second, and the Habs third. I didn't predict the Canadiens to have this easy of a time in what may turn out to be the worst division in hockey. Boston's very mediocre, Toronto's young and has a lot to learn, Ottawa can't score, Florida can't score or stop getting scored on, Tampa's completely injured and they're missing Stamkos, and Detroit and Buffalo just suck for whatever reason. Basically, as soon as Stamkos went down for 4+ months, my predictions went out the window. Add along the Florida ownership deciding to fire a Coach of the Year nominee for 6 months prior in Gerard Gallant, and you've got a train wreck. The Canadiens are clearly the best team in the division, and while I don't think many of the Metro playoff teams will lose to them in the playoffs, I think Carey Price can win a lot of games, and he's done that so far this year. So, the wild card. My wild card predictions went with the Islanders and Bruins in first and second, with the Sabres, Devils, Wings, Flyers, and Senators fighting for contention, and then the Leafs, Canes, and Jackets way on the outside. I was mostly right on these, outside of the Leafs and the Jackets being competitive and the Canes staying in the hunt. I think the Islanders will probably end up somewhere around 4th or 5th in the wildcard spot. I mean, they're right behind it, honestly. The Islanders could potentially catch fire, and especially with Thomas Greiss playing great and they have many games at hand. They just fired their coach, so that may shake up the roster a bit. I didn't predict the Sabres to be as bad as they are now, but with Eichel's injury at the beginning of the year, that's a big part of why they're so low in the standings. Everybody's still competing for a spot in the East, with the second wildcard spot and the last spot in the entire conference being separated by just 4 games. Now, it's time to go through the comments and see what my viewers said about this video and their predictions. Let's go through a few. The Candy Cinema said, quote, "People that put Ottawa near the bottom are idiots. Remember before Turris got injured last season, Ottawa was second in the Atlantic? They finally have a legit top 4 defense, and their top 6 is also complete now that MacArthur is healthy. Brassard is better than Zibanejad. Hockey fans aren't the sharpest tools in the shed. You're right." And his predictions were Tampa Bay, Florida, Montreal, Washington, Pittsburgh, the Islanders, and with the wild card being Philly and Ottawa, and then Boston, New Jersey, the Rangers, Buffalo, Carolina, Detroit, Columbus, and Toronto all behind. That guy didn't seem too happy for me to put Ottawa out of the playoffs. As of right now, Ottawa's in the second wildcard spot, but with all the threats below them and their lack of scoring, they're probably not going to last in a playoff spot very long. Clark MacArthur hasn't played at all this year, and Brassard has 21 points in 42 games, whereas Zibanejad has 17 points in just 20 games. You're definitely right that you aren't the smartest tool in the shed for this prediction. Lisa Gagne said, and I quote, "How in the world are the Detroit Red Wings not going to make the playoffs? They've made the playoffs 26 straight years in a row," unquote. Yadameister said, "Devils, Hall, Henrique, Palmieri, Camilleri, all potential 30-goal scorers. Zajac, Zaka, Bennett, DSP will all chip in defense, and defense is good enough and have a top 3 goaltender. Pretty insulting to say the Devils won't make it." Well, the Devils might end with the worst record in the conference, and they may end the season without anyone over 20 goals. Looks like I wasn't too far off here saying the Devils would trail behind in the wild card, eh? Shout out to Swizz on Twitter, who said, "Wings not making it when you have the Islanders as well as the Habs making it gives me cancer." I've already addressed this point. I figured I'd bring it back up since Mace is my homie. The Wings are definitely out of it right now, and they don't look to be improving anytime soon. Geometry-Fireman said, and I quote, "Brett, is this real? Rangers ain't better than Islanders and Philly?" "Oh, you don't say. I mean, let's take a look at the standings. Steven from Long Island said he was weak when I predicted the Islanders would have goaltending issues.
Bitch, you guessed it! You was right.
Thanks everybody for watching my video. The Western Conference one should be out by tomorrow, maybe Friday. Make sure to like and subscribe if you like this video, and I'll see you all soon.
Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can name. And the best game you can name is the good old hockey game.